Hi, welcome to the eDiscovery channel. This is Tom O'Connor on the first day of ILTA. And I'm here with Ari Kaplan. We'll give a quick shout out to our friend in absence, Browning Marian, who we understand is having a few additional problems recovering from his surgery. So we certainly wish him well. Browning, hope you're doing all right. Ari, welcome.
You know, welcome. On the topic of Browning for a second, I just wanted to share that the last time I was at ILTA was last year, and I interviewed Browning, and we talked about this fantastic story. He was just talking about human behavior and about this experiment that a university had done with fish and how it was so resonant with human behavior. And it was just such an amazing story, and so many people were interested in that particular interview. So I think it's apropos that we're having this chat here and thinking of him because that was a very popular, his insight over the years has been tremendously valuable to me, but great insight for everyone.
And I got to say, something I always like about Browning is you're not going to get the typical, how many teraflops of data do we have?
Never.
Let's talk about the background and the people and what's going on. So yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So tell me about what's going on in your life. What are you doing these days? Any great projects, new projects?
I have really expanded the nature of the research that I do on legal technology, on eDiscovery. I have been, as you know, writing about this space I've had the privilege of writing it for over a decade, and I'm routinely interviewing experts in the field and just thought leaders on issues and new initiatives, and so I do a tremendous amount of research. I've been producing an annual research report for FTI on in-house counsel. We do now a mid-year report focused on in-house legal, but I've recently just introduced a report on AmLaw, essentially AmLaw 150 partners who are responsible for eDiscovery issues, and that has been supported by RBM.
So
and
tell me about that.
Oh, amazing!
Are they getting better?
Amazing! It's just incredible when you can actually speak with knowledgeable folks in a protected environment. You know, I don't reveal who I spoke to. The reports never say the company, the firm, the individual.
Right.
But when you ask them questions about this report, really focused on, are firms duplicating what vendors are doing? What are clients looking for? What is there? What initiatives are they focused on? Is efficiency as important as we think? How much influence do law firm partners and eDiscovery leaders have on what their clients are using? How much influence do the clients have on what the firms use?
Right.
How much are they spending? Do they know how much they're spending?
Yeah.
Are they ever asking to write off costs? What is the protocol on that? And there were so many interesting elements to that.
Interesting.
And so that report is available at rvminc.com, and they can download it and share it, and I hope, and people can certainly feel free to follow up with me on questions, but
sure,
lots of really good
stuff.
stuff.
That's RVM, Robert Victor Michael.
That's right, Inc.com. That's correct.
Great.
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
That sounds like a great one.
No, really interesting. I mean, I just finished interviewing for the mid-year, the FTI's mid-year, on research that we're doing focused on in-house legal and asking them different questions. That'll be out in the fall.
Excellent.
And just finished one on information security, and so another fascinating audience, and it's just been such good fortune for me to get the individuals in the community to trust and to talk about this, because they want a benchmark. People live in a vacuum. We do things on our own. We don't know necessarily, and that's the wonder of ILTA, right? You can come and share and get best practices in these rooms. But
so you were sharing with me just before we started filming here how you hadn't come to ILTA for years because it's your typical family vacation time.
Right, we always struggle with vacation. My wife has a law practice, but I took a day trip
last year.
I came last year, and
it's a great show, isn't it?
It's a wonderful show, and I like the people who come here. I mean, I generally am very active at Legal Tech New York because I've been going there for, over a decade easily, but that's my home base, and don't often get the opportunity. I mean, I keynoted Tech Show once, thanks in part to Browning's recommendation. I'll always be grateful for that, but I don't often get the opportunity to go to a lot of the shows unless I'm speaking, and so, but ILTA, I make a point to come now every year, even if it's just for the day, to learn from others in the industry, to share ideas, and I really try, in addition to providing kind of commentary, but just to provide some metrics. I've really been focused on metrics. I mean, I wrote a piece for the National Law Journal a few weeks ago about social media use for lawyers and law students. I'm very focused not on telling people what to do, but trying to give them ideas on what are others doing and what can you learn from what we as a community are doing.
Well, you
and I
said
think that's the best way to
word
go.
that's near and dear to my heart, which is metrics. There's so much, no offense to Gail O'Connor, the marketer par excellence, but there's so much marketing fluff that we need metrics, we need hard numbers, we need to be able to make comparisons and talk about what those numbers are. Well, I don't want to hold you up. I know you've only got a day here. I really appreciate your taking time to talk to us. A website or a blog you want to let people know about so
Sure.
they can find you?
Yeah, they can find me and all of my research at arikaplanadvisors.com, and I blog regularly at reinventingprofessionals.com, and I'm always looking for interesting folks to talk to, and I do a recorded podcast style interview, and I'm always interested in different ideas, so people can feel free to reach out to me there.
Excellent. Thanks again for your time. Great to see you as always.
My privilege. Thank you.
That's it for the first day, our first interview of the first day at ILTA 2014 from lovely downtown Nashville. Thanks.